work with the baobab harvest. Part of the Great Green Wall Initiative, Julius and his organisation have established a vital connection between baobab fruit, a workforce drawn from the local communities, and a commercial market overseas, generating a sustainable income for the women who care for the trees and helping to preserve the natural environment. This project was so important to me that I left for Ghana when my first child was a week old, and I can't wait to show it to him in a couple more years. I hope you enjoy watching the film.
Many people think that our natural landscape is not able to provide for us. I am not one of them. I believe that it has everything our communities need to develop and flourish. We just need to look more closely. I was born in the village of Kailo in the Upper East region of Ghana. It was an amazing place to grow up, a close community which relied on its land for a living. Over time, we started to notice some challenges on the environment. Our people stopped caring for the land, leading to deforestation, which caused water and soil degradation. Communities started to struggle to survive, and some started leaving to cities and other countries. We, the local youth, decided to do something. How could we turn our local resources into sustainable livelihoods? Baobab fruit bakes in the sun for 7 months, so when it's opened, the pulp is dried. We sieve it to make a fruit powder. We believe if we could sell this fruit outside of Ghana, we could create a new source of income for the women who look after the trees.
Baobabs grow in even the driest and the most degraded land and are a vital part of the natural ecosystem. They provide food and shelter and help fight desertification caused by water and wind erosion. Without the market, most of the fruit was going to waste.
The problem in rural Africa is that we have many amazing products, but it doesn't mean anything if there is no market.
As an ingredient for the global food market, baobab has outstanding properties. It's plant-based, nutrient-dense, and delicious. When you combine this with its extraordinary capacity for social and environmental impact, it's an inspiring proposition. We estimate that 10 million households in 32 different countries can supply this fruit from a crop that already exists and currently goes mainly to waste. If there was a global demand for baobab, this existing crop could be worth $1 billion to rural Africa. Aduna's mission is the creation of that demand. By raising the profile of innovative ingredients like baobab, we catalyse new and sustainable markets for small-scale producers in Africa, a model which has proven successful in northern Ghana.
As a result of our partnership with Aduna, we had a market and we could focus in building the supply chain. Working with women cooperatives to harvest and process their fruits, and because the fruits have more value, they started to plant more trees. The impact of this new income of baobab on the woman and their family is life-changing. To scale up our impact, we partner with the UNCCD as part of their Great Green Wall initiatives, an Africa-led movement to build and preserve a wall of trees from Senegal to Djibouti. Together, we had increased our supply capacity and planting more trees, which will help regenerate the land. Today, we are working with over 35 communities and creating a livelihood for over 1,000 women. But there are 8,000 communities in northern Ghana alone who could become part of the value chain if the market was big enough.
The work we are doing in the Sahel with Baobab is a successful pilot which shows how an entirely new value chain can be created from a village to the global market. The impact is a blend of income generation, livelihood improvement, and land restoration. Our vision is to replicate this model with a range of different ingredients across the entire Great Green World. By connecting the Sahelian producers to the global market, we create green jobs, reverse desertification, climate change, and remove the need to migrate on an unprecedented scale.
It's amazing to think how far we have come on this journey. Our landscape has proven that it has everything we need for our communities to thrive. We just need to take good care of it.
L'Afrique regorge de beaucoup de ressources humaines de qualité et de ressources naturelles, à l'image de Nanka que nous avons initié un peu partout au Sénégal. Et peut-être demain ce sera partout en Afrique.
Le projet comporte beaucoup de phases. On peut cultiver dans ce projet pendant presque 3 saisons par an, 3 campagnes par année. Une campagne qu'on doit faire pendant la saison sèche, une campagne pendant la saison froide et une campagne pendant la saison des pluies, donc l'hivernage. Donc cela veut dire que c'est un projet pilote que Babmal a initié dans le département de Podor pour les multiplier dans le Sénégal, mieux encore dans la diaspora. Donc c'est un projet que les gens de Podor attendaient. C'est devenu une réalité que les gens ont vraiment accepté d'épouser avec les intérêts que Babmal est en train de mettre aux populations de Podor. Ça, c'est une initiative. Mais aujourd'hui, Babmal est dans le développement. Nous sommes aujourd'hui là. Babmal est venu pour visiter ce terrain. Et ce terrain, c'est un terrain que les gens de tout Podor ont accepté d'approprier. Cette population de Podor n'a jamais bénéficié d'aménagement. Aujourd'hui, Babmal est un déclencheur des projets d'aménagement pour la ville de Podor. Ça, il faut dire qu'Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, en tout cas, nous sommes en train, avec la SAID, avec le FONGIP, avec beaucoup de partenaires, que ce soit au niveau national ou au niveau international, qui sont là en train d'encadrer, d'apporter leur pierre à l'édifice de Babmal.
On a ici un départ de feuilles. On le prend et on le plante tout le tiers bas dans le poteau. Après, on mesure 1, 2 pas. On en plante un autre. Et tout ça a été planté comme ça. Je m'appelle Haïdar Elali, je dirige une association qui s'appelle Océanium. Nous sommes dans le delta de Casamance et nous avons, avec les populations de la Casamance, planté 152 millions de propagules de mangroves qui donnent toute cette forêt qui est là en face de vous. Après, dans les années 80-90, on a construit beaucoup de pistes de production qui ont empêché les voies de circulation d'eau. À l'époque, bien sûr, les études d'impact sur l'environnement, ça n'existait pas. Ensuite, je coupe, tu coupes, il coupe, tout le monde coupe et personne ne plante. Le sel a envahi les champs de riz et on a commencé à planter pour restaurer toute cette dégradation. Là, on a une feuille d'Avicennia qui transpire le sel. Elle fabrique vraiment du sel. Et c'est ce sel qu'elle prend qui permet de réguler le taux de salinité dans toutes les zones proches du delta, en fait. Et comme les champs de riz sont très proches des zones humides salées, si la mangrove est saine, la Vicennia, le rhizophora, elle permet de réguler ce taux de sel et les champs de riz sont fertiles. On le voit là, la présence des crabes, des huîtres, des coquillages, et qui est tout le départ de l'écosystème, de la vie sous-marine de la mangrove, dans les racines. Alors les femmes récoltent ces huîtres, les crabes vont nourrir les petits poissons, qui deviendront des grands poissons qui seront pêchés. C'est ça la vie de la mangrove aussi. Je tire beaucoup de satisfaction de tout cela et je suis prêt à le faire tous les jours, toutes les nuits, toute ma vie. Retenez, à chaque fois qu'il faut un temps très long pour qu'un arbre grandisse, c'est autant de temps de retard que nous avons. Parce que si on l'avait planté il y a 10 ans, on aurait eu une forêt. Notre survie en dépend. La mangrove, c'est un écosystème formidable qui va attirer la pluie. En plus, c'est connu scientifiquement que le poteau là capte le méthane. Ici, les feuilles captent le CO2. Donc, pour réguler le réchauffement climatique, il n'y a pas meilleur. Oui, je fais ça avec beaucoup de cœur, beaucoup d'amour et j'ai des enfants. Donc, quand on a des enfants, on veut leur transmettre, en tout cas, j'ai le souci de transmettre quelque chose de beau. Pas de transmettre un monde cupide ou qui va à l'effondrement d'ailleurs. Hein. Est-ce que l'humanité se rend compte? Non, elle ne se rend pas compte.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for joining us today for this UN Day of Observance of the impacts of drought and desertification. The message is clear. The leading driver of desertification and land degradation is humanity's relentless production and consumption of natural resources. My name is Janis Potočnik, and I'm a co-chair of UNEP International Resource Panel. The panel works to demonstrate that resource use represents the nexus of drivers that impacts the Earth through land degradation, biodiversity loss, and climate warming. Our presentation today will have 3 parts. Firstly, I will give an overview of the IRP perspective of the linkages between land and resource consumption. Secondly, my fellow panel member, Jeff Herrick, will speak about results of IRP work showing that matching land use more effectively with land potential is one of the most effective and simplest strategies for decoupling human development and economic growth from land degradation. And finally, we have a short video describing the key findings of the IRP report about land restoration and the SDGs. Dear friends, while the COVID crisis has made us recognize the importance of ecosystem services and resource dependence more clearly, it has not fundamentally changed the main risks to human well-being and the priorities to pursue. Smarter resource management focused on societal well-being and fair access to vital resources, particularly for the world's most vulnerable people. In short, the SDGs and Paris Agreement are as crucial as ever. Reaching them still needs a fundamental transition of economic incentives and international cooperation. Some are saying that the world after COVID-19 will not be the same again. It will be the same. We will just understand it better. we face the emergence of a single tightly coupled human socio-ecological system of planetary scope. We are more interconnected and interdependent than ever, and the frequency and severity of health-related outbreaks, climate-related extreme weather events will in the future very likely increase. We need to be better prepared and more resilient. We need to improve our risk management. We therefore need to drive resource-smart recovery, generating social and economic value while safeguarding the environment. And that is why nature-based solutions and their impact on the use of land must be at the heart of an inclusive, sustainable economic recovery. The Global Resource Outlook, published by IRP last year, demonstrated the system's impact of natural resource use. Extraction and processing of natural resources alone caused 90% of global land-related biodiversity loss and water stress in 2017, and over 50% of climate change impacts. Global economic growth has been a main driver for global resource use, to more than triple since 1970. Resource use is highly unequal around the world. Based on material footprint, high-income countries consume about 13 times more material resources than low-income countries. We also know that almost 30% of global land is today degraded. Land restoration is an essential part in helping livelihoods prosper and a powerful solution addressing climate change and water security. The good news is that IRP research demonstrates the change is possible and provides a clear path to achieve SDG 15, life on land. For an efficient use of land, it is crucial to apply an integrated landscape approach to planning that considers matching the use of land with the sustainable potential and thereby getting the best economic and health outcome for particularly vulnerable communities. To protect and avoid further land degradation, we must encourage the establishment of property and tenure rights regimes for natural resources, particularly for indigenous peoples. For a resource-efficient food system, we have to be more efficient, both in the ways we produce and consume food. On the consumption side, this includes investing into plant-based proteins, significantly reducing waste and recycling nutrients. On the production side, we should be investing in new farming technologies such as well-placed drip irrigation or low-till and precision farming. All of this will contribute to increasing productivity and lower nitrogen losses and water use. I have no time to mention many of other measures which should also play a role, but one still deserves to be mentioned: the use of textiles. The global apparel and footwear industries are accounting for an estimated 8% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, and this is set to increase 49% by 2030 if current trends continue. The current linear system of the textile industry is wasteful. Changing it to a more circular one holds the potential for considerable reductions in environmental impact. A forthcoming UNEP report undertakes a global stocktake on sustainable and circularity in the textile value chain and identifies social and environmental impacts and hotspots along the value chain. IRP is working with UNEP to build good evidence and quantitative analysis to support the necessary transition. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a lot of time, but we have many opportunities to change the way we use our land, for food, for feed, and for fiber. We know it is possible to decouple our resource use from the economic development. Let's seize this moment in history, let's act now, and let's make it happen. Jeff will now illustrate the results of 2 IRP reports that respond to this challenge.
Hello, my name is Jeff Herrick, and I'm a soil scientist with the USDA's Agricultural Research Service and a member of the International Resource Panel. Matching land use with its sustainable potential is one of the most fundamental actions we can take to ensure that we are able to provide for human needs for food, fiber, and clean water. A key strategy is to produce crops where there is a low risk of land degradation and where the land is sufficiently resilient that it can quickly recover if degradation does occur. This is especially important in dry lands, like where I'm standing today in the western United States. Nearly 90 years ago, there was a drought on the plains to the east of me. Crops failed, and a massive wave of migrants left their farms and began migrating west over these mountains to California. When they settled their land a few years earlier, they did not realize that it could only support crop production during relatively wet years. Today, we have the knowledge necessary to balance our consumption with what the land can support and avoid the land degradation and social dislocation that the United States experienced during its Dust Bowl of the 1930s. For example, this soil here is too coarse and full of stones to hold enough water to support crop production, even in a wetter climate than we have here. I can determine the type of soil and how healthy it is using relatively simple tests that can be learned from a local extension agent or in mobile apps like the Land Potential Knowledge System, or LAND PKS. The amount of water the soil will hold depends on its texture or how much sand, silt, and clay it has. A sandy soil will not even form a ball, while a clay soil will form a ribbon. As you can see, this soil, once it is moistened, will form a ball, but it's very difficult for me to form a ribbon. This soil has more silt and clay than sand on a beach, but not as much as other soils. While this land cannot support crop production, it is sustainably grazed by both livestock and wildlife. Grazing also reduces fire danger, which is especially important because this pasture is adjacent to a city and this ecosystem is adapted to fire. However, sustainably grazing this land also requires an understanding of its potential production. Stocking rates, or the number of livestock per unit area, are set much lower here than they are on nearby pastures with better soils. Even within this pasture, we see differences in production and in the types of plant species that can survive and prosper. These differences in soils, climate, and the slope of the land also determine which land restoration strategies will be effective. More information on managing land to its sustainable potential is available in the IRP report, Unlocking the Sustainable Potential of Land Resources. The following animated video summarizes the conclusions of a second report, Land Restoration for Achieving the SDGs.
Imagine a group of people lived on the land. They grew food and raised animals, and their children could go to school. However, due to a mismatch between land use and its sustainable potential, the land started to degrade. Their farm could no longer grow food as it did before. Everyone became hungry and poor, and eventually they had to move to other lands or to cities. The same story can be heard around the world. Some 25% of the world's land is degraded. It is impacting the well-being of 3.2 billion people globally. That is 2 out of every 5 people. Land restoration is one of the 3 key strategies that can help solve the problem and improve life on land. It can also have significant co-benefits for all the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. For example, it can increase water infiltration into the soil, which can then increase land productivity and create more income and food. This can reduce poverty, hunger, and improve health and opportunities for education. More and better quality of water can also be accessed. With all these, people who are forced to migrate may be able to come back to the productive land. The extent of restoration co-benefits and the potential risks and trade-offs vary widely among the SDGs and their respective targets. The co-benefits of the process of restoration and restored lands are also different for each SDG. To maximize opportunities across multiple SDGs, the International Resource Panel proposes 4 strategies. First, complete holistic and systematic analyses to identify potential synergies and trade-offs. Second, apply a landscape approach to planning and implementation. Third, develop targeted solutions adapted to different parts of the landscape and taking into account unique social, environmental, and economic contexts. And fourth, invest in areas where persistence is likely. When it comes to land restoration investments, we are so used to the conventional approach where we often address different objectives, such as agricultural production and biodiversity conservation, independently. Instead, we need an integrated landscape approach. It considers variable land potential and is designed by and responsive to all the stakeholders involved. And to maximize total return, we should target research and investments to those parts of the landscape that are most likely to respond, and where recovery is likely to persist. In this way, we can ensure that we identify and realize the multiple potential benefits a land restoration project can bring about for the Sustainable Development Goals. Learn more about land restoration through the IRP's publication, Land Restoration for Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, at www.resourcepanel.org/reports.
Ladies and gentlemen, the International Resource Panel aims to focus on the nexus of all resource use, taking a holistic view of the global system that supports us. By doing this, we focus our research efforts on the primary drivers of climate warming, biodiversity loss, pollution, water scarcity, and land degradation. And they all lead back to the way we use our natural resources. Let's take this opportunity to decouple economic growth and well-being from resource use and environmental impacts. And let's create a new economic and social paradigm to secure a safe and prosperous future for humanity. Take care, and thank you for listening.
大漠狂沙起，吹不倒坚韧不屈的中国精神。中国，世界上受荒漠化影响最严重的国家之一。新中国，防沙止漠，一斗就是70年。全国动员，全民动手，全社会参与，由沙进人退到绿进沙退，为世界荒漠化致力。积极贡献中国经验和中国智慧。历经70年的奋战，中国目前已初步遏制了荒漠化扩展，呈现出荒漠化和沙化面积连续3个监测期双缩减，荒漠化和沙化程度双减轻。沙区植被状况和固碳能力双提高，区域风蚀状况和风沙天气双下降的重要变化。中国率先实现了荒漠化土地零增长的目标。2019年，中国完成防沙治沙任务226万公顷，完成石墨化造林任务25万公顷。沙化土地年均缩减19.8万公顷，石墨化土地年均减少38.6万公顷。回首70年的历程，岁月铭刻着奋斗的艰辛，时代印证了铿锵的脚步。1956年，毛泽东主席发出了绿化祖国的号召，开启了声势浩大的全民造林治沙行动。1958年，国务院成立治沙领导小组，召开首次全国性治沙工作会议。1978年，中国政府作出彪炳史册的重大决定，批准启动3北防护林体系建设工程，开创了中国生态林业工程建设的先河。1994年，中国成为联合国防治荒漠化公约缔约国。同年，中国启动第1次全国荒漠化和沙化监测工作。2001年，国务院批准实施6大林业重点工程，把大工程防治荒漠化引向深入。2001年，中国成为世界上第1个 为荒漠化防治专门立法的国家。自此，中国防治荒漠化走上了制度化、法治化道路。党的18大以来，习近平对防治荒漠化工作高度重视。他指出，荒漠化防治是功在当代、利在千秋的伟大事业，是关系人类永续发展的伟大事业。2012年至今，中国完成防沙治沙任务超过1400万公顷，风景保护面积174万公顷，荒漠化地区已成为国土增绿的着力点，越来越成为生态保护与修复的主战场。多年来，在政府主导和全民参与下，中国走出了一条保护生态与发展经济并重的荒漠化防治道路。正是这种全民力量，创造出中国治沙史上的种种奇迹，绽放出令世界瞩目的中国智慧，凝聚出防沙止没的中国力量。中国魔方麦草革沙帐固沙法，联合国全球环保500家，多功能立体固沙车，世界第1台机械化治沙车，效率为人工50倍以上。低覆盖度治沙理论，降低治沙造林成本40%到60%。自1959年起，中国科学家扎根沙区，研究治沙几十年，将科技创新与沙区百姓的实践探索相结合，创造出为数众多的实用治沙技术和综合管理模式。生物治沙、工程治沙、化学治沙、综合治沙、机械化治沙，中国方案异彩纷呈。2017年，世界上最大人工林塞罕坝机械林场荣获联合国环保最高奖项地球卫士奖。1962年，来自全国18个省市的369名青年成为塞罕坝第1代建设者。通过几代人50多年造就的112万亩林海，如果按1米的株距排开，可以绕地球赤道12圈。1949年，山西右峪第1任县委书记提出了一个质朴而响亮的口号：右峪想要富，就得封沙住；要想封沙住，就得多栽树。此后，全县干部群众接力干了近70年。2017年，这个国家级贫困县终于实现了脱贫摘帽。从1981年到现在，甘肃省武威市古浪县8步沙6老汉3代人，经过40年的努力，治沙造林21.7万亩，封沙育林育草和管护37.6万亩。2020年4月，陕西林业局发布数据，榆林市沙化土地治理率已达93.2%，中国4大沙地之一毛乌素的流动沙地全部固定。毛乌素沙地一半面积在榆林市长城一线，榆林人民用几十年的汗水，实现了从生命禁区到塞上绿洲的逆转。1986年，地处塔克拉玛干沙漠北缘的新疆阿克苏地区，自封沙策源地科科崖启动绿化工程，先后组织近210万人次，进行37次绿化造林大会战，在荒滩戈壁上建成115.3万亩的绿色长城，450万亩特色林果生产基地。从最初的因害设防到现在的产业治沙，在漫长的荒漠化防治实践中，一代代治沙人艰苦奋斗，矢志不渝，众志成城，相继涌现出了一大批模范人物，陆续打造出一批治沙样板。这里是被巴黎气候大会标举为中国样本的库布齐模式。库布齐模式实践证明，治沙必须考虑生态，生态必须依托产业， 产业必须带动生态和造福百姓。生态好转，带动了种植、养殖、旅游、能源等沙区特色产业发展，沙区百姓的钱包鼓了，生活美了。中国取得的治理荒漠化成绩，更是一种责任的传递，中国人对家园、对世界的担当。抱玉握珠，勿忘在举。我们没有忘记同受荒漠化危害的发展中国家，特别是位于“一带一路”腹地干旱区的国家。通过召开国际会议、开展合作研究、举办在华培训，毫不吝惜地推广分享，身体力行地帮助伙伴兄弟共抗沙漠，为全人类赢得天蓝、树绿、水清、土净的命运共同体贡献力量。与沙共舞，来自于中国人古老的理念“天人合一”。持而不息，久久为功，则是中国人惜于公精神的弘扬。携手防沙止没，共护绿水青山，这是14多亿中国人建设美丽中国、普惠全球的共同心愿。治理荒漠化，中国和世界各国一起再努力。
女士们、先生们，公约秘书处将今年世界防治荒漠化与干旱日的主题定为粮食、饲料、纤维，并在全球新冠疫情还未有效控制的艰难时期，组织召开今天的线上纪念活动，显得尤为重要，更有意义。中国有这样的古话：“民以食为天，衣食足而知荣辱”，都充分说明衣食丰足在人类社会中的基础地位。有土自有粮，保证足够而健康的耕地资源，是事关粮食安全、社会稳定和人类生存发展的重大问题。中国政府高度重视生态文明建设，采取了一系列调整生产生活方式、防治土地退化和荒漠化的政策措施。我们大力加强自然保护，对占国土面积18%的各类自然保护地实施全面保护，在占国土面积26%的草原地区推行禁牧休牧和草畜平衡制度，同时全面停止了天然林商业性采伐。我们大力推进国土绿化和森林经营，保证了森林面积和蓄积量的持续增长。对2036万公顷的沙化土地进行了有效治理，为全球绿色增长和荒漠化治理贡献了中国力量。我们不断优化土地利用结构，实行退耕还林还草，发展林草产业，为消除贫困和推动发展做出了贡献。与2000年相比，全国森林覆盖率由16.55%提高到22.96%，荒漠化土地由年均扩展1.04万平方公里转变为年均缩减2424平方公里。粮食总产量自2003年以来实现12连增，天然草原鲜草总产量从2011年的10亿吨增加到10.9亿吨，干鲜果品产量由2006年的9000多万吨增加到1.6亿吨。为维护土地健康、改善生态环境、保证粮食安全、促进经济社会发展做出了积极的贡献。女士们、先生们，我们清醒地意识到，无论是世界还是中国，当前在加强生态治理、防治荒漠化、改善土地利用、推动绿色发展领域， 仍然面临着巨大的挑战。全球25%的土地出现荒漠化和退化，100多个国家和地区，15亿人口深受其害。2018年，全球超过8.2亿人没有足够的食物。中国绿色覆盖仍然不高，还有261.16万平方公里的荒漠化土地需要治理。以林草业为主体的绿色经济发展仍然任重道远。中国将按照建设生态文明和美丽中国的总体要求，积极应对挑战，并为全球生态治理、绿色发展做出应有的贡献。女士们、先生们，今年这场新冠疫情让我们深刻认识到人类是命运共同体。我们只有一个地球，维护地球良好生态，建设美丽家园是我们的共同责任。此时此刻，加强国际合作显得尤为重要。为此，我建议：一要弘扬生态文明，倡导绿色发展，引导人们树立尊重自然、保护生态的意识，推动绿色发展、可持续发展。避免现代人吃子孙饭，给子孙后代留下碧水蓝天。二要推动经验共享，促进互学互鉴。各国应在公约框架下加大合作和交流力度，促进防治荒漠化实用技术的共享共建。中国发布了一带一路防治荒漠化合作机制，连续多年为发展中国家举办荒漠化防治研修班，未来将继续承担应有义务，进一步加强相关工作。三要支持公约发展，实现全球目标。各缔约方应紧紧围绕公约核心工作，全力支持公约发展及全球履约进程，积极促成全球目标的实现。谢谢大家。